Bless up, bless up. It's your humble host, Big Truck. Hey, yo, shout out to my homegirl, Remnant Princess. She has some things to say. I have some things to say. And then the spirit of the universe is going to take us home. So with that being said, grab your shoulder pads and your helmet, and let's get this work. Let's go.
Relationships or divorce their husbands. Afterwards, he is the one who finally moves on, finds himself someone who he wants to spend the rest of his livelihood with, while she still painfully remains single.
This weekend is very bittersweet because my ex-husband is actually getting married to my ex-best friend, who was my sister. So about 9 months ago, my ex-husband asked me to get a divorce. He said that he was no longer happy, that he wanted to move on, and he just thought that we would be better off as friends.
Why? A lot of things we have to peel back. We have to rewind the tape. Most are quick to say, oh, he was wrong. How dare he do that? No, let's have an adult conversation. Let's really talk about it. If I can, let me keep it a million with you. Okay? What happened? Why did your husband feel the need to divorce you? You done something. Most want to tell their story. It don't tell everything. They edit out some parts. And you will find out later, okay, you did X, Y, and Z. That's why he divorced your ass. Hey? Let's continue.
I was very confused. I was blindsided because everything was fine. A couple days before that, he had actually told me if we wanted to renew our vows. And so I don't know where this all came from until about a couple days ago, because obviously our divorce was finalized not that long ago, 6 months ago, and he's getting married to my ex-best friend this weekend. She said nothing. She never told me anything. We actually stopped being friends because I felt like she was taking his side in a lot of situations where, you know, obviously I was with a narcissist, but he...
So, basically, your husband divorced you and left you for your friend. You know, in cases like that, it sucks. She was never really a friend. However, you have to be willing to put all the cards out on the table and have a conversation. Something once was there, and now it's gone. Gotta talk about that.
He was also physically abusive and mentally abusive, and she was siding with him. I was confused. I was not sure why until now. My ride or die, my sister, my ex-best friend, who is now going to get married to my ex-husband, I guess she just didn't realize how much I did for her. And I am not saying that in like, oh, she owes me, and she doesn't owe me shit. But why would you marry my ex-husband? When she was getting a divorce from her husband for the third time, I was there for her. She stayed with me and my husband. Yeah. So I
mean, or you can look at it as fair game. You know, you can look at it as fair game. She divorced her dude, whatever their circumstances was. He divorced you, whatever the circumstances were. Now they linked up. You know, there's situations that has taken place. And those couples actually last a long time, last a lifetime. You know, and in this world, in this life that we have, that we living in, the strangest of things are going to take place. Even how individuals get together. But at some point, we got to move past that. Let's continue.
I figured that while she was staying with us, something was going on between them, because after the divorce, all of a sudden you guys are getting married. And all of a sudden you're siding with my ex-husband, even though you know everything that he did to me and you were on my side before, but all of a sudden you're on his side. I can just sit here and not do anything, but I refuse to do that because right now I am very pissed off. I think that what they're both doing is fucked up to me, and they obviously had a plan.
It may be wrong, they may be fucked up, but at the same time, this should also teach you a lesson. Be careful who you tell your business to. All right? Bet.
It's a plan all along. Like, how else would they all of a sudden end up together? So I'm definitely going to ruin their wedding. I just need to set something up. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I'm so mad. And I still have a few days to actually ruin the wedding. I'm going to make sure that it is probably the worst fucking wedding for what they did to me. Because
now, we don't know if this is a skit or not. However, do things like this really do take place? Of course they do. Let's highlight that, okay?
Because I do feel like that's very deserved to both of these pieces of shits.
This may be a terrible idea, but I think I need an outlet. Today, I found out that my ex-husband that I was married to for, 12 years and with for 17 years, got engaged recently. And we have only been divorced since June. But we separated and had initiated that a year prior to that, basically, almost. And he's been with this person since about a month after we separated. And there's this thing of I'm not surprised because he's a commitment guy and he's a lovely human being. He's very securely attached.
Why did you divorce? It shows that you still care. And a large number of these women, when they get divorced from their husbands, they feel some type of way when he moves on. What do you expect? For him to beg and plead? For you to take him back? To work on the marriage? You divorced him. Let's highlight that. So you can't be mad when you throw him away and somebody else comes along, sees value in him, and takes him.
But then, I don't know, it's weird. I wasn't surprised. I knew that when I knew he was dating someone seriously, I was it's only inevitable that at one point they're going to get engaged and have babies and he's going to have all the things that he deserves, that he wants. But I think when you get a divorce, and I was the one who initiated it, and I will love this person till the day I die. I always will love him, but we were not a good match anymore. And I had to come to terms with that. So I initiated it. I upheld needing it. And I believed
now you're going to have to come to terms that he's moved on. He's happy. And the things that he wanted, the things that he deserves, because he's a good man, somebody else is doing that. Not you. And this is the wake-up call for a large number of women. It's all fun and games. But when you have something good and you let it go, and someone else sees the worth and the good that is in that individual and snatch them up, there ain't shit you can do and say about it. You fumbled.
At the time, that I would just need to get through the divorce, and that would be the hard part. And then it would just open this door to find the right person for me. And I could just kind of go be happy with that person. And I didn't think that finding someone would be so hard for me. Turns out it has been. And I, have had a really hard time with the dating, and I've gone on a ton of first dates, but I don't often want to go on a second date. And I really only met one that I felt like I wanted to actually be serious with and that I was super excited about. And that didn't work out, and it really hurt and it really broke my heart. But yeah, I didn't think that I didn't think anything could be more difficult or more painful than being lonely within a relationship, being lonely in a marriage. and needing to get out of it. And then I realized, like, it wasn't like get divorced and you're gonna have like relief on the other side, or this like person that's perfect for you is just gonna like come fill that void right away. It's like,
no, you did think that, because if you didn't think that, you wouldn't have fought for divorce. You would have worked on your marriage. But this is something you chose to do. Let's be honest. Keep it a million with your boy.
Divorced, go through cycles and cycles of just like the pain of like ripping yourself and your life apart from somebody that you lived half your life with, that you love, and knowing that it's the right thing, but that you have to go through it. And then finally kind of like overcoming that and being ready to like put yourself out there and meet people and getting excited about it. And then just getting sort of walloped with heartbreak a few times. Then I just felt this weirdness inside, and I realized it was this jealousy that was like, man, how come he gets to just go off and have this so easily and so quickly? And I tried, and I feel like I tried hard, and I've had the same amount of time, and it doesn't feel that I'm anywhere near there. I could be really near, and I don't know, but it doesn't feel I'm anywhere near there. And so that was emotionally kind of rough, and it felt like a shadow part of myself that I didn't want to look at, but I kind of had to see.
Many females always think that the grass is greener on the other side, that there's always going to be a man who's going to magically whisk her away into the sunset. This is why people say social media has given females this great illusion that they have more options than they actually do. Females never actually want to admit that your ex was actually the best thing that you was ever going to have. Your ex was the highest you was ever going to go when it came to a man of a certain status, a man of a certain...
I'm not even going to just go bang on social media. Those childhood issues that you keep running from. You know, the shit you know you need to deal with, but you keep putting on the back burner. Then you have your audacity to sit up there and say spiritual healing instead of going and getting some therapy and doing some work and confronting your past so you can have healing, so that the best version of yourself can be seen. Nah, y'all don't do that. Y'all continue to lie. Y'all to lie to yourself. The same fingers you using to point at others, now they point back at you.
And value, you was never actually going to go above that standard, because that's the standard that you was at. It doesn't matter how much money she makes. It doesn't matter how she looks. She was always going to be in a place where this is the highest she's ever going to go.
2 months later, bro. 2 months later.
The fuck you crying for?
Fucking months. And he's proposing to her. What the fuck? What the fuck? What? He was just in my fucking bed, bro. He was just in my fucking bed 2 months ago. 2 months ago. And he's fucking proposing to her. I don't understand that.
See, here's the thing. When are a large number of women are going to come to the realization is them? When? When are a large number of women going to sit back and have that conversation and say, you know what? It's me. What is it about me that is not sitting well within relationships and or marriage? Large number of women want to be quick to blame shift. It's men's fault. Find some way to place the blame on men. And you know damn well, here's the kicker, you know damn well you suffer from childhood issues. You know damn well you self-sabotage. You know damn well you run men off. But yet, it's okay for you to behave this way and men not receive that. Men ain't got to receive shit. Don't get married. Because one thing you cannot get back is time.
So all of my exes are getting married to the girl that they dated after me. Does that mean I'm the problem? Or did I just help them grow?
You think you have moved on from your ex until you see their engagement photos or their wedding photos. Suddenly, you are reminded that healing is indeed linear. And it doesn't even matter in that moment that you guys have been broken up for the longest time. You didn't care for this person until those pictures came on the internet. I don't know if it's because we always have hope that maybe in another life it could work with these people, or they've eventually, officially now replaced you like forever because these things are permanent. But
my ex just got engaged and I thought we could talk about it. So many of us who are on social media get bombarded with pictures of engagements, weddings, babies, and all the things. And it can bum us all out, but it can especially bum us out when it's our ex-boyfriends. There is something about seeing your ex get engaged that just stings a little bit, no matter how things.
Why does it sting? Let's talk about it. He married you. He chose you. You chose him. Why did you file for divorce? I can see you filing for the divorce if the offenses were realistic and called for it. But some of the offenses that a large number of you women have towards men and use that as an excuse to divorce a man, you're not right up here. Something's going on up here.
And then I thought, let me unpack some of these feelings. I don't even care that it's not me that's getting engaged to him because quite frankly, my ex was horrible. But what I am feeling is jealousy because it's not me getting engaged and it's him getting engaged.
It's very obvious a lot of females don't want to accept that you was actually the terrible ex that you described. Everything about him is actually a reflection of you. Clearly.
And that's the thing, the very thing that they don't want to recognize, they don't want to see. Just like my ex. To her family and friends, I became the worst thing since sliced bread, this worst enemy. But yet, you filed for divorce. But yet, I was able to move on. But yet, I was able to pick up my shoulder pads and my helmet and walk on to the next journey of my life. Now here you are, same place, same position, doing the same damn thing. The cycle continues with no solution.
He's the better man. Clearly, he has the better characteristics. Clearly, he is able to actually find better. Meanwhile, you are here sitting there wondering where you went wrong. I'm so tired of females always making videos about this ex, always trying to tear down the ex who clearly you couldn't even be able to keep. It's quite clear that they never actually want to talk about their own behavior, their own character flaws, and how they are the ones who probably ruined that relationship.
But if you look close enough, the eyes don't lie, they tell the story. Body language, okay? Facial micros. You have a large number of women that are damaged, getting into these relationships, getting married, and destroying it single-handedly, but don't know why. Throwing flame on men, even to their family and friends. They will lie and take it there. But yet, the truth of the matter is, it was you. You didn't deal with the things that you needed to deal with. And now your past has showed up in your love life, showed up in your marriage. And here we are.
Very easy for her to sit there and ruin this man's image because she's the jealous one.
It's just like a really weird thing, I think, when you find out that your ex is like moving on to the next stage of their life when you haven't. To be clear, couldn't give two shits what he does with his life in the nicest possible way. But obviously, you just become self-involved when you hear something like that. Like I sent it to my friend, she was like, oh, beat us both down the aisle. I'm like, yeah, exactly.
Just like with my ex, it wouldn't affect me none. If I found out that my ex was engaged, getting married, and I would honestly pray for him. I would actually feel sorry for him. Because little does he know the shit that he's about to walk into.
For him on his second child. Now, when you have a guy that breaks up with like a perfectly good person, like if a guy breaks up with your friend, you'll say to them, if they're not going to be happy with you, they won't be happy with anyone. Like, they'll never settle down. Yesterday, I was like, is this play about me? It's actually happened with 3 of my partners. The next person they've got with, they married and had kids.
Got engaged and married in 4 months. He moved out of the barracks into an on-base home with his new wife. He moved his new wife from one state with her small daughter to his state, and now they're living together. And honestly, looking back on it and everything that I've gathered from their relationship, I feel like he was 100% using me. Me and her are nothing alike. She doesn't have a degree. She doesn't have anything going on. And her baby daddy obviously is not in the picture. I don't know. I just feel like, how can you even be entertaining me for this long if that's the woman that you married? You know, and it just really makes me look at him and look at the situation and look at myself. I'm just like, dang, I really missed it. And then in the Army, when you get married, your pay goes up anywhere from like $1,000 to $2,000 a month. You get to move out of the dorm into a house.
Good person is a good person. A large number of women single-handedly are destroying good marriages, or should I say something that has the potential to be good. It could be beneficial for both because of childhood trauma, unresolved childhood issues, past relationships, daddy not being around. The best advice I can give, go seek therapy.
That he was using me for survival. Like, when you have a stressful day, oh, I know I can talk to Astoria. She gonna make me feel good. She gonna text me even though.
Was he really using you for survival? Or that's the excuse that you came up with? But yet you're leaving out some things. Because it's kind of hard to concentrate to listen to what you're saying with your titties right there in my damn face.
To be together at some point. So no, I'm not gonna just let shit slide. I'm healing from that. I am going to use ChatGPT to kind of sit down. I've already been talking to ChatGPT about this.
You want me to be honest? I'm angry. I'm mad. I'm fuming. I'm on fire. I'm mad because I care more about you than you care about me, and that's how it's always fucking gone.
Oh, she's hurt. She bitter. However, let's dive deep. Looking at her and just that little that I just heard, she has some unresolved childhood issues. Yeah, some childhood issues. Someone did her dirty. Or what happens with a large number of women and some men too, they carry stuff. They carry baggage from their past. And then they get into relationships and marriages carrying those things. And then once triggered, it just goes left. And basically, they will take everything, roll it up into a fireball, and throw it at the other person.
I'm tired of it. I'm mad. I'm angry. I'm tired of feeling so much. I'm tired of being in my head.
Yeah. The thing, there's a lot that childhood trauma. You don't know why. You just do. And she probably did have a good man, but it was too much. See, it's one thing to drop dime on women like this, but it's another to say, wait a minute, let's dive deep. Let's go deeper. What's really causing this? And what you will discover is there are some trauma, there are some childhood things that took place in her life that was traumatizing to her that she did not deal with. And look as an adult. Because if you don't deal with it, it's going to find its way back. It's going to come up. It's going to show up. Your love life and or your marriage. Your social life is going to show up. Person leaves. Person then goes and gets married. Or is in a relationship with someone and they treat them right, like they want to be treated. See, this is a very, very good example of how modern women behave. Because not every woman behaves this way, moves this way, but we got to call this thing out and we got to talk about it.
I hate it! I'm angry! I'm angry! I'm angry!
Just like Leslie. Same thing, angry. Why are you angry? Are you angry at the fact that every relationship you get into, you self-sabotage? Are you angry the fact that your marriage didn't work out? Are you angry that good man that you had, went on and did better and prospered? Why are you so angry? This is where you have to look at yourself. This is where you have to have a meeting with yourself and get down to the root. Why are you so angry? Let's continue.
Angry. And no matter how much I try to let go of it and give it to God, it's still so heavy. I feel.
There it is right there. The more she talks, the more we learn. You carrying stuff. You let things build up. You don't know how to let things go. Okay? Into the fact of the matter, you do it so much, it becomes second nature. And then you lash out, you crash out. Why are you bitter? Why are you holding on to things? You see? But once again, the behavior of each and every adult, when you sit back and you peel it, it always results back to your childhood upbringing. Period. That's it. That's all.
Hopeless. I feel humiliated. I'm embarrassed.
Damn, that's how I felt when my ex divorced me after 14 months. I felt humiliated. I felt embarrassed. But again, my ex has unresolved childhood issues that she chooses not to face and deal with, but chooses to rely on spiritual healing instead of going to get counseling. It's fucked up. It's sad. I can't get back 14 months. That time was wasted. Even 2 years of being engaged, can't get that back. But what I've done was I've done the work. My work was already started way before I met her. But during this whole season, I chose to do the work. I chose to go get help. I chose to allow a better version of myself to be seen by many as a man. I stand on business. I stand on purpose. I sit on chrome. There we go.
I'm confused. And I can't ask for help. I'm over it, bro. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. Sick of this. I don't want to feel anymore.
And that's a dangerous type of woman to be around. A woman that doesn't feel. That's a dangerous woman to be around. You know why? Because she would turn into a promiscuous individual. And she'll just be, man, with no feeling, no emotion, no nothing, just cold. Father wasn't home. She didn't have her father in her life. You see? There's a lot of things going on there. It's the reason why a large number of women behave the way they behave and move the way they move, but they don't want to talk about it. Because it's too much pain. It hurts too much to talk about it. How dare you make me look at myself? How dare you put me in a position where I have to tear back the layers of my past? How dare you? But yet, you think everything is going to be okay. And you get into a relationship and you get into a marriage and a man is going to save you. It don't work that way.
Feeling's what's supposed to make somebody a person. And I don't even want to feel anymore. I'm just done. I'm done.
It's actually very simple. Females love to complicate things because that way the lines are blurred on how they actually felt. It makes it seem as if there's more context than there actually is. It's very simple. The man was able to move on. The man was able to find a fiance or a wife because clearly he was the better man. Clearly he was more consistent. He prioritized traditional values more than you females ever did in your life.
And it shows that men can move on. Do men bleed and hurt and cry? Of course they do. But a large number of women, when they've dealt with unresolved childhood issues and so forth, narcissist behavior, personality disorder, and carrying things, they don't like it when they see their ex prosper. Because it's not with them. But you destroyed the relationship. You filed for divorce. Yeah, but you were supposed to stay. As a man, you were supposed to stay and deal with me. You were supposed to put me in my place. Man ain't got no time for that shit. When a man is dealing with this piece and dealing with his own, last time I checked, we're supposed to be a team. If I can't be a team with you, I'm going to be a team with someone else. Take us home, Queen.
That's why the results are so consistently clear that they don't even want to accept it. They will always go back to bashing their ex and how their ex weren't able to fulfill their needs when really you can't even fulfill your needs. You're the one still painfully single. So what does that tell us? You aren't who you think you are. There's a little bit too much dip on that chip. You put a bit too much sauce. You got lost in the sauce. Really, what your life showed you is the best you could do was your ex, because now you're just in the streets. And it doesn't matter how much you want to get out of it. No man wants to settle down with you. And not because he wants to settle down, he doesn't want to settle for you.